everyone. Welcome to the 5th episode of the Fall Halloween series. So today we have a 4 1/4 by 7 inch micro folio, and it has a 1/2 inch spine. So it's super simple, cute. It goes together so quickly. You can definitely get this done in under an hour. On the front here, I've used stamps and dies from La La Land Crafts. I've colored these adorable little hedgehogs with my Copic markers, and these will all be linked below for you. So let's open it up. I did show a sneak peek of this in my Facebook group on Tuesday. So if you guys aren't in there yet, I'll have it linked below. It's called Create with Martha Tucker. And then you'll be able to see all the sneak peeks. Plus, you can post all of your makes with my tutorials in that Facebook group as well. So let's open it up. So super cute on the inside. It has a waterfall here on this side with a magnetic closure. And then it opens up when you can place 2 4x6 photos in here. And then you have a large pocket on the sides. I only have one insert in here, but you could definitely fit more if you needed to. And then on this side, it's the same, so it's just mirrored. So it opens up like this. And then it closes. Then you've got your opening for the 4x6 photos, and these are magnetically closed. And then you have your nice tag in the side here for more photos. So it does hold 26 photos. So really, lots of space for photos for such a small, easy project. It would be the perfect folio for, a single day event, like a birthday party or Thanksgiving, which is what I'm going to use mine for. But whatever that you would like, even Christmas Day, if you have a bigger Christmas album, and then just, this little one for Christmas Day specifically, that would be perfect. All right, guys, let's get to the tutorial. All right, let's get started on the tutorial for this really quick and easy folio. So the first thing you're going to need is a piece of your cardstock. Now I'm using 65-pound white cardstock for mine. You will need a piece that is 7 by 9, and on the 9-inch side, you're going to score at 4 1/4, flip it in the scoreboard, and score 4 1/4. So you're going to get 2 4 1/4 by 7-inch sections, and then 1/2 inch by 7-inch section. All right, so we're going to go ahead and fold and burnish on these score lines, just like this. All right, so that is what our little folio is going to look like. Really easy, simple. All right, so now on the inside here, and you can start on whichever side you want to start on. We have a pocket. So the pocket is going to go all the way to this side over here, and it measures 5 1/4 by 6 3/4. On the 5 1/4 side, you're going to score it 1/2 inch, flip it in the scoreboard, and score it 1/2 inch. And then on the 6 3/4 side, you're just going to score at 1/2 inch. And then we're going to cut those corners out. So with our scoring, we created these squares in the corner. We're going to cut these out by cutting diagonally right through where those 2 score lines intersect. And then we need to fold and burnish on our score lines. This is such an important step to get a really nice burnish. And then we can also burnish from the top. I love doing that with the pockets. That way it's really nice and flat when we go to put it down. So it's going to go right here along this edge. So I'm going to put my glue on here on this flap. I'm using my arc glitter glue, and I'm going to align it to the outside corner making sure not to go over my score line here. As you can see, it's right along the score line and it's lined up with the outside corner. And I'm gonna burnish. Then I'm gonna open it up and put glue on these 2 half-inch sections to close our pocket in. I think I need to refill my little glue bottle. And then you can burnish that. Just like this, so that gets our little pocket all attached. So on top of this pocket, we are going to have a flap. And it's again just a 65-pound white cardstock, and it measures 4 3/4 by 6 1/4. And on the 4 3/4 side, you're just going to score at 1/2 inch. And we can go ahead and fold and burnish. Then we are going to miter. So all mitering means is that you cut from the score line diagonally away, and this just helps to reduce bulk and hide construction. All right, and that is going to go right on top of our pocket here, but I want to put our little waterfall pieces on top of it before I attach it into our folio. So I'm going to put that aside for now. So I have 4 pieces of the 65-pound white cardstock that measure 4 3/4 by 4. And on the 4 3/4 side, I've scored it 1/2 inch. And this is for all 4 of them. So we can go ahead and fold and burnish these just like this. All right, so now all of these are going to get attached onto our larger flap, and we're going to attach them over here on this side with the flap, the 1/2 inch attaching strip at the top. We're going to attach these over here. So I'm going to grab my glue. Definitely need to refill it. And I'm going to start over here on this edge, and it should be the same width as our flap. So as long as it lines up with that flap, that's perfect. All right, now I'm going to take the next one and attach it under this one right here, right along it. It's difficult to see white on white. And burnish, and just close it down and make sure they're staying nice and even. So then we'll do the next one. Just like this. And this one I think needs to come over a tiny bit. There we go. And then the last one. And that one will go right there. And then you can burnish them from the top. All right, now what we need to do is go ahead and attach all of this to the top of the pocket that's in our folio already. So the opening's over here, the pocket opening. This is going to get attached along the top here. So just add your glue to that flap, and it should be the exact same size as the pocket. So it should be pretty simple to line it up on there. Just look at it from the outside, make sure it's not hanging over anywhere. Just like this. All right, so now we need to put on the closure for this waterfall. And my piece of cardstock measures 2 1/4 by 4 1/4, and on the 4 1/4 side I've just scored it at 1/2 inch, and we can just go ahead and fold and burnish that. And that is going to get attached right on top of the flap. So this is the pocket underneath, and then this is our initial flap. So it's going to get attached right along this edge here, right on top of the flap, just like this. So get your glue on that little 1/2 inch section. Line it up right along the edge of your flap. Make sure it's centered. And burnish. All right, then you can put it. All right, now we're going to attach the magnets. So one magnet is going to go on top here, and I'm using 12 by 1 millimeter magnets. I just get mine from Amazon whenever they're available. I like to buy 2 packs at a time because the 12 by 1 millimeter a lot of the time will run out. So I put one there, and I put a piece of tape over top of it. Now I'm going to flip this upside down and put my another piece of tape sticky side up, and I'm going to let this magnet catch. And then that's just going to close down. You can give it a rub and then kind of pull it to the side to take it off. Don't go straight up because a lot of the time that'll take the magnet with it. So now that is closed in. All right, and then that is this side of the folio. It's that simple. So it's going to open like this, and we have all these waterfall flaps here, and then it closes. Then we have our opening for the flap, and then there's our pocket underneath. So I've got everything ready for the other side of our folio. So this is my pocket here, and then I have the flap, and then the 4 waterfall pages. So the only thing that's going to be different about the other side is instead of having the pocket opening on this side, it's going to open on this side. So you're going to want to place it all down all the way to this corner here with the opening on this side, and then we'll attach the flap for the waterfall closure. So I'm going to put glue on one of these little side tabs, and I'm going to line this up with the top of my folio on the other side. So the top and the side here, and burnish. Then you can open it up and add glue to the other 2 flaps. And close it down. And burnish. All right, now I'm going to put on the closure for the waterfall. All right, so now I've attached the closure for the waterfall on this side. So now what I want to do is put some magnets to keep this flap closed. So I'm again just going to use my tape, and I'm going to let it, I'm going to place it about right here on the flap, and I'm going to tape it down just like that. Then I'm going to grab another piece of tape, put it upside down on that tape, and let this magnet catch. There's 2 magnets there. And then just close that whole flap down, and again just give it a rub, and then that secures this flap. And then we'll just do the same thing on this side. So just put one of the magnets here. It's just trying to catch that other magnet from the waterfall, but that's okay. So place it about right here, and then put tape on top of it. Then put another piece of tape upside down on top of that, and then you just close that whole flap down. And that secures the flaps. All right, so I've gone ahead and created the cover, and then this is for the back cover. So the pattern paper measures 6.5 by 3 3/4, and then the cardstock measures 6 3/4 by 4, and that's the same thing for both. I've used some really cute stamps from La La Land Crafts, and I've colored these with my Copic markers. I'll link them below. And then these leaf dies you've seen me use a few times this year are also from La La Land Crafts. I'll link them below. The long flag is as well, and the stitched oval and the scalloped oval is as well from La La Land Crafts, and they'll be linked below. All right, so for the inside, I just went ahead and did some really simple matting. Again, you guys know, just go down 1/4 inch. These little strips are just 1 inch strips. And then I have a insert in this pocket here, and I've used my cute little camera stamp for that. And then under the flap, I've just matted that very simply with that blue cardstock. This cardstock is from Michaels. It's just like a light aqua blue. And then it's the exact same thing on the other side, just super simple matting. You'll be able to put this together in under an hour for sure. And it fits, let's just count quick. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 on the photo mat there, 12, 13. So it fits 26 photos for such a little album. And I mean, if you have smaller photos, it could even fit more on underneath these flaps here, okay? So let's go ahead and work on our closure. So I'm just doing a really simple seam binding closure. So I just have some white seam binding, and I've got my tape here. You guys know how I do these closures. And I'm just gonna put a little bit of tape on the center here and add my seam binding. Just like this, and then you go to the back and add your tape right where this seam binding is on the other side. And then I'm just gonna add that here. And then while we're on the back, we can go ahead and put on the mat for the back of our book. So this is probably the easiest, simplest little micro folio that I've done since we started this series. So this is perfect as a really quick gift. I mean, it's great for any season, really, not just fall, right? You can do this for Christmas, for birthdays. It would be such a cute little book to document like one day if you take 26 photos in a day. And there's our little cover. Open it up and press from the back. Super cute. All right, now we'll cut apart our seam binding, and we'll do the bow here. Adorable. How pretty is this, you guys? So simple, so quick. You could, like I said, you could easily put this together in an hour. It's beautiful. If I didn't mention, I did put some little pearls there as well on the cover just to accent it a little bit, but it's super simple, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you put it together, please remember to show us in the Create with Martha Tucker Facebook group, which will be linked below. If you're not in there yet, I always show sneak peeks of the projects and everything else in there before you'll see it here on YouTube. So please join us over there. It's super fun. And remember to comment below. Make sure you're a subscriber and comment to be entered to win all the cutting guides from the Fall Halloween series, okay? So I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys all in the next one. Bye-bye.